Welcome to another episode of Just Talk of Gabe. I'm here, my sidekick is here.
Here.
And so is our guest. Let's get started. Who do we have on the show?
On the show today, we have actress, model, and dancer Samantha Bailey.
Can't wait to learn more.
Absolutely, but before we get started, let's give a shout out to our sponsors, Fade Life Clothing and BCK Online.
Fade Life Clothing is a unique clothing line out of Atlanta, Georgia, geared towards those who love intoxicating style.
And BCK Online is a digital online magazine that keeps you in the know and up to date on the lives of young entertainers, young entrepreneurs, rising stars, parents, and much more.
All right, go grab your snacks, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Samantha, welcome to the show. We're glad you could join us for an episode of Just Talk with Gabe.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being on. Now, I know listeners want us to dive right in, so let's get into it. You are an amazing up-and-coming actress, model, dancer. Tell us how you got started with the industry.
So when I was about 4.5 years old, I begged my parents for about 6 months straight that I wanted to be on TV. I told them, I want to do that. And they thought I was crazy at first. And we're like, you're 4 years old. That's crazy. What are you talking about? And then we were lucky enough to run into a manager and an agent, and I was signed with them within a week. And I started booking stuff right from there. And I told my parents, I'm like, this is what I want to do. And that hasn't changed.
Right.
That's awesome.
Now, out of all your projects, which one has been your favorite and why?
My favorite. So I've done quite a few, and I feel like each of them have their best parts. But I just wrapped up I just wrapped up with the Stranger Things drive-in-to experience. It was in downtown LA. We were in a parking structure, and guests would come and drive through the experience, and it was just something that I've never done before. It was just different, and the community there that I built was just really, really great, and I loved every part of it, and I'm really sad that it's over now.
Wow. You know, I've never seen Stranger Things.
Yeah, neither have I.
So I think
we'll get to it eventually.
Yes, for sure.
Now,
that's definitely a must.
Absolutely.
Right. Now, what is the one role that you've portrayed that is the most like you?
The most like me. So I did this movie Emerson Heights a couple years back, and it came out last year, 2020. And the character, even though I don't have an older sibling, an older brother in it, the connection that I had with the guy playing my brother, Austin James, it really felt real, and it was most like me because, especially with my aunts and stuff, I was really relatable of like wanting to protect them and want the best for them. And it was just really an honest and true role that I got to play. And it was very fun to take on that little sister role, because I've never really been that.
Right.
That's cool.
Now, the opposite of that question would be, tell us the role that is the least like you.
Okay, the least like me. I feel like in every role I can find a piece of myself, but I think the one that I had to work on the most was definitely playing Eleven in Stranger Things Drive-In-To. She's just, the way that she grew up, she was very sheltered and not a lot of social experience, so tapping into that whole vibe of hers, of how she's scared and she doesn't trust anyone, that's not really like me at all, because I feel like I'm a very bubbly person and I make friends with everyone. So learning her character traits and her quirks was definitely a process.
Wow.
Right. Now, tell us, who are some of your favorite actors that you've worked with?
My favorite actors. So I worked on a movie, One Night in San Diego. It came out last year. It's now on Amazon Prime and basically all video on demand services. Um, there was Jenna Oswich. She played Tina in Glee. She was amazing to work with, super funny. Along with Alexandra Daddario, she was in Baywatch. They were both very, very fun to work with, just super quirky backstage. It was super good time. I did a short film when I was around 12 or 13, and I worked with Michael Madsen and Sean Brosnan. And Sean Brosnan is Pierce Brosnan's son.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And that was just, I didn't really know who they were at first, which is funny. And once I started working with them and getting to know them, it was just, we built a really great bond, and I'm still friends with them now. So I've babysat Sean's daughter, Marley, a few times. And it's just, the friendships built on set really feels like a second family to me.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, that is.
Now, did you get a chance to meet James Bond himself?
I did. When I was babysitting Marley, we would go over to Grandpa's house. He's got a beautiful house in Malibu.
That's cool.
That is, yeah. All right. Now, the second part of that would be, who are some of the actors that you would want to work with?
All right. So the top of my list is obviously Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yes.
I feel like in any role that he takes on, it's just so unique and nothing's really the same. And he brings a genuine vibe to whatever role he's playing, which I feel like is amazing, and it would be an honor to work with him.
That's true. I'm going to put this out there in the universe for you, Samantha. When you work with Leonardo DiCaprio, I'm your personal assistant for the duration of your film.
Yes, please.
I have to be on set all day, every day. And
okay.
Just throwing that out there.
Yes. And then my sister put in a request that she wants me to work with Tom Holland, Sebastian Stan, and Tom Hiddleston.
Yes.
Or pretty much any of the Marvel movie people, but those three in particular.
See, your sister and I are on the same wavelength. I'm sure she's going to ask for that assistant job when you work with those three. So see, there you go.
Yes, I feel like being on a Marvel movie would be really, really cool.
Oh yeah, anyway. It probably would be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, I agree. It totally would be. Now, I kind of wanted to get into your modeling and dancing a little bit, Samantha. As a model, what has kind of been the one thing that you've seen as a model that's helped you in your career the most?
Something that I've seen. I think just knowing yourself and being confident. Because I know there's a lot of added like pressure and judgment that can obviously come along in the modeling world, that I think it's really important to stay true to yourself and not let that get to you at all.
Right.
Yeah, stay confident, and it's always just stay true to yourself and be honest with yourself when it comes to that kind of stuff, and know that if it's not you, then you don't have to do it.
I like that.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. Now, as a dancer, what is the one, I guess, genre that you like to dance? And then who would be your ultimate wish list to dance with on screen or on the stage or just anywhere?
Okay. So my favorite genres, I've dipped my toes in pretty much all of them. But right now I teach ballet to toddlers. So I do a princess ballet class where I dress up in my tutu and a tiara.
That's awesome.
Yes. It's my favorite way to spend the weekends with the girls, and working with 3-year-olds can be tough sometimes, but we always work out the challenges. And at the end of the day, I just love dancing to the Disney music.
Yeah, it's Disney music.
It's Disney music.
And we're working on getting me a princess tap class too, because that's my second favorite genre is tap.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So I think if there was somebody that I would love to dance with on screen or just in general, even if it was just like a backyard barbecue dance party, would be Dick Van Dyke, because I think throughout his whole career, he's still got it. He's really still got it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he does. Absolutely. That would be a good one. Then you could have your princess ballet and tap girls come back y'all up.
Yes, exactly. They'll be all backup dancers. I love it.
Exactly.
Or knowing them, we'd be their backup dancers.
Yeah.
There we go.
They would take center stage.
Yes.
Exactly.
If you could write the perfect role for yourself, what would it be and why?
Perfect role. Okay, so we talked about this earlier, and now I'm kind of stuck on it. Like, in a Marvel movie, if I could be like one of the superheroes, I feel like that would be pretty cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Like maybe a little more like comedy adventure type, some new role that I could take on. I feel like that would be really fun.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
And different from what I've done before, because I feel like I've played a lot of like realistic people, so I feel like it'd be fun to venture out into something totally fantasy.
Yeah, that would be fun.
I don't know. I would want to play like a super villain. I don't know. It just would kind of something completely different.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go. All right. We're going to go on a commercial break real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
Samantha, would you stay with us so we can come back for the fun round?
Yep.
All right. We'll be right back, guys.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the show, everyone.
Welcome back. And if you guys have not downloaded the anchor.fm app,
Do it.
do it. Start making your own podcast today.
All righty, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Let's get into the next round of questions.
The fun round.
All righty. Now, let's see here. Samantha,
Yes.
what is your favorite city and why?
My favorite city that I've been to, or just favorite city in general? Okay. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Nashville. I think that counts as a city.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yes, it does.
I love it. I have family that lives out near Nashville, and I went there a few years ago to visit them, and I was just in awe. We went, it was downtown Nashville. My family and we saw a Niall Horan concert. One of the
cool.
One Direction members. I'm very big on One Direction, so I was very excited that he was playing there the week that we went. Like, it was such a coincidence. It was great. And after the concert ended, which it had to have been around midnight or so, we before we went back to our car, we were like, oh look, the whole street was just lit up, and we're like, let's walk around. So it was about 12:30 now in downtown Nashville, walking down the street, and all of the bars, I'm not 21, so I couldn't go in.
Right.
But the bars didn't have windows, and there was live bands playing.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
wow.
So you could stand on the sidewalk and just dance along to the music.
Oh, now that
And it was just
Yeah.
so cool, just getting to walk by. And then one of the drummers threw me his drumstick, and I got a guitar pick, and
Wow.
it was just really, really a fun experience. And it's totally different vibes from like Hollywood and Los Angeles.
That sounds like a different vibe.
Yeah,
it
it
sounds
does.
fun. It
Mhm.
kind of sounds like New Orleans, maybe.
Yeah,
Like
it's-
French Quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
I'm
Okay.
excited to go back. I think we're going this summer. So
Road trip.
exactly.
Now, we talked about Disney a little bit earlier. So, which Disney princess would you like to be and why?
Oh, okay. So my go-to favorite princess is Rapunzel,
Okay.
Okay.
because the hair, I feel like she's fun, she's quirky, and she doesn't really follow the same like path you would think that the other Disney princesses do.
Uh-huh.
So she's one of my favorites. And then my other one that I talk about constantly, and I don't know, I feel like she doesn't get enough credit, is Charlotte from Princess and the Frog.
Oh, wow. That's an interesting pick.
Yeah.
Yes. She's just, I have so much like respect for her. I know Princess and the Frog isn't really like I feel like it's a big movie,
Yeah.
but
Good movie.
she's not like that character doesn't walk around Disneyland or anything. So I'm like, no, I need Charlotte.
Oh, that's
I
kind
just think it's really sweet how she cares about Tiana so much. And even though she has a crush on Prince Naveen, when she finds out that Tiana likes him, she's like, go for it. She's just so supportive, and it's just like that best friend, and she's just so bubbly, and she's definitely one of my favorites.
that is a really good pick. That's something totally unique
Yeah.
I've never heard before.
Mhm.
So yeah.
All right. Now, puppies or kittens?
Oh my goodness, puppies or kittens. I have 4 chihuahuas, so I'm going to say puppies.
Oh, how cute.
Yeah. I legally had to say puppies too because my dog is sitting in my lap right now. So
Yes.
I don't want to name kittens.
Yes, but I really, really want a baby hairless cat.
Oh, I've seen those.
I think
They're adorable.
I love the hairless cats. I'm quite a fan of the Harry Potter movies, so I just wanted to name it Dobby.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Now I'm on board.
Yes.
There we go.
So are you going to get one of those or maybe not? It's to be determined.
My dad is a little allergic to cats. We
Oh.
think he might be fine with a hairless cat, but I don't think he's going to let us have another animal in the house, so it might have to be when I get my own place later on.
Okay. So stay tuned.
Yes.
Now, if you could come up with a crazy new invention that everyone would want, what would it be?
Okay. I know this answer immediately.
Uh-huh.
I've had this since I was little, since I was first starting in the acting world. And I feel like this would really benefit actors everywhere if it would happen. I called it the transporting door because my grandma and I would always joke about sitting in traffic for hours to get to like Santa Monica for auditions or going to set and all that. So I'm like, a transporting door. You put in where you want to go, you step through, and you're at the casting office.
That would be so useful.
That would be useful.
Yeah.
I think actors everywhere could benefit from it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Or just people in general.
Yeah,
I mean, it would be
just
like zipping around
Exactly.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Exactly. It would save up so much car time.
Absolutely. I want in on that. Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
I will be your first customer.
Like Disneyland in 5 seconds. Yes, please.
Exactly.
Right. Now, telepathy or super speed?
Ooh. I think telepathy.
Me too. Ha!
Yeah. There we go. See, we already got it.
Exactly.
See, for me, it'd be super speed because again, the car travel, you wouldn't have to worry about that. You could just run everywhere and be there in a second.
Yeah, no. I just want to know what people are thinking, but I want to be able to turn it off. Right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like sometimes you really gotta it would be cool to know exactly what people are thinking.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree totally.
Now, if you could be best friends with any person in the world, who would it be and why?
Best friends. Okay. I'm gonna go with Millie Bobby Brown.
That's a good pick.
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel like just from working and knowing like how much work she put into the 11 character, I feel like, and just knowing her, like seeing her post, like, and her as a person, she just seems like really fun and like we'd get along together so well.
Yeah, she does seem like a cool person.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great pick.
Mhm. All right. Now, if you could only take 5 things to a desert island, what would they be?
5 things. Let's see. I would want to take maybe That's so hard because do I want to stay on the desert island or do I want to take things to get me off of the desert island?
Good one.
Yeah.
Maybe stay for a while and then get off.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe I would bring like stuff to build a boat.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So then I could like spend my time like building a boat, but then I would also need to bring like food supply.
Okay.
Yeah,
So like
that makes sense.
boat, food supply, maybe like a big book to read.
That'd be good.
Mhm.
I feel like I would have plenty of time to read a book. So I don't know which book though. I've started reading like the Twilight Saga, so maybe I'd
Oh my God.
retry that.
Yeah, it's okay. It's really interesting. I read all of the books.
Yes,
so
I know.
enjoy.
Okay.
And I stole one of the books from her.
Yeah, then he stole one of my books.
So.
and then like a water filter so I could filter out the ocean water and not get parched.
Yeah, that's a good. No one really says that, so that's a good one.
There we go.
What are 2 things that are on your bucket list that you want to do?
On my bucket. I really want to visit London.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's on my top places. I really want to go visit there and just walk around because I feel like it's such a beautiful place. And then another thing I want to do. Okay, so I am a trophy girl at a couple NASCAR tracks.
Awesome.
And I rode in the pace car a few times.
Oh, how is that?
It's really fun. It's so much fun. We don't go very fast because it's just keeping pace.
Right.
But I feel like getting to drive a race car myself would be really, really fun. Just to do a few laps around the track. I think I have to be 21 to do it. So soon. But I feel like that would be really cool because I watch these boys race all the time. I'm like, this can't be that hard. And then I'm like, maybe it's gonna be a little hard.
Oh, that would be so fun.
That would.
Oh, if you could travel back in time, where would you go and why?
I had this conversation with my grandma the other day because we were going to the Stranger Things cast party and it was 80s themed because that's the time that Hawkins, Indiana is set in. And I was going to wear some 80s outfits. My grandma was like, oh, come over. And I have some of my old clothes, like my old vintage stuff that you can put on. And I was like, great. And while she was letting me try on her clothes that were from the 80s, she was like telling me stories of stuff and just the clothing that she wore. I feel like I would thrive if I was in the 80s. I feel like that just seems like such a fun time period. Big hair, the outfits were beautiful. I think it would be really fun.
Yeah, the 80s, the music was great.
Yes, that too.
Oh yeah.
It was just all in all. and the colors. The colors, I'm a very big like vibrant pink fan.
I'm with you. The 80s. Yep. What about you?
And I'd go back to like the ancient period and just go study like Greece and Rome.
Okay.
Ooh.
You'd hang out with Socrates.
Yeah. All right. Now, if you could control one of the elements, water, earth, fire, or air, which would it be?
You forgot wind.
Water, earth, fire, air.
Oh,
4.
Yeah. Air. Wind. Sorry.
It's the same thing.
So let's see. My zodiac sign is Scorpio, and that's a water sign. So I think not only because of that, but also like ocean wise, I'm kind of like, I don't have a fear of the ocean, but it's a little bit when it's like I can't see what's going on underneath me.
Yeah.
So I think if I could control water, if I could like control the ocean, that would be really cool. Like to have some like Moana stuff going on.
That would be, yeah, that'd be cool.
And then if you want to know what was underneath you, just move the water and look at it.
There you go.
Exactly.
Just see, oh, okay, hello, and then keep going on.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
Exactly. And then I'll befriend somebody that controls fire so they can warm up the water for me a little bit, because our ocean out here is very cold.
Who is the most interesting person that you've met in the industry?
Oh, the most interesting person. Okay, let's see. I worked with Christian Chenoweth on Pushing Daisies. I forget what year it was, but I was pretty little, and I played a younger version of her. And just watching her, her career, and like I still follow her on Instagram and Twitter and all that. And I feel like in every step of her life is just so interesting, and she goes with it with all her heart, from Broadway to TV shows to whatever else she wants to do. It just seems like she can do anything.
That's cool.
Yeah. Now, what would be the one piece of advice you would give to kids who want to become actors or dancers or models?
Well, the first things first is that you're going to get more no's than you will yeses. But the part to remember is to never give up and just keep going for it, because the parts that are meant for you are going to find you.
That's great.
It is.
Yeah. Like, it's always continue to work on your skills, even when you're not like on a set or not booking anything. It's you go to classes, just call a friend. I've had friends that call me and they're like, hey, I'm not doing anything right now, but I found this scene online and I want to read through it, and I feel like it'd be cool to just pretend to do a self-tape of it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so it's just find little things like that, and don't be afraid to go out and meet new people and make friends along the way, because I found that making friends is going to get you it's going to get you further than you think.
That's true. It's super important to network and, like you said, build your base. So absolutely.
Yes.
In addition to all that you have going on, what is next for you?
So right now, I'm working on a mini series with my friend Jax Malcolm. I'm not really allowed to say much about it, but we're in the midst of working on that, so that's super exciting.
Awesome.
And other than that, just auditioning. I'm sending in a self-tape this morning for a new Netflix show, so fingers crossed on that. And yeah, we'll see. I'll see where it takes me from here.
That's so cool.
What is the one thing that you want our audience to know about you?
I want to know about me. Ooh, that's a hard one. I think that I think I'm really oh my goodness.
Okay.
My words here are slipping away from me.
That's okay.
Oh no.
Talking about myself, I'm like, I don't know what to say. I think that it's one of those, I don't always have all the answers, and I try and talk myself through it. So I think it's just never giving up, and I love what I do and I don't want to quit. So if you find something that you're passionate about. And I was lucky to find acting when I was young, that as long as it's still fun, and that's what my parents always told me. They said, if you're having fun with it, you can keep doing it. But the moment that it's not fun to you, or you don't like it, you're not having a good time, you can stop.
Absolutely.
And I've never had that point that it hasn't been fun to me.
Right.
So yeah. I think that answered that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And then the final question is, where can people find you on social media?
So on Instagram, it's at Samantha A. Bailey 1. And on Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook. Yeah, it's just Samantha A. Bailey without the one. Perfect.
All right, Samantha. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. This was so much fun.
Thank you. We enjoyed having you. So you definitely have to come back when you can talk about your project you're working on with Jax.
Most definitely.
Yes, for sure.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Did you guys enjoy the show? I know we did. Thanks to Samantha Bailey for joining us today. Make sure to follow her on social media. And until next time, peace out, guys.